Hey guys, Jake Poe, the Habitat Pro. This is our access road behind us in huge open hardwoods, maple, basswood, oak, and a lot of ironwood. This is old pasture, so it is not great timber value, but we are having another part of the property logged that has some good stuff. So while they're in here, we're going to have them give us a couple of clear-cut swaths that I'm going to show you what we're going to do with here on the property today. If this is of any help to you, like and subscribe. Remember, the goal of this channel is that I bring you to client properties and hopefully you run into something that is exactly what you need on the property that you hunt. Here we go. There's our access road, one of them. We also have the ditch out front. That horizontal white line way out there, that is the road, okay? And then this is what we call the woods road. It just kind of rips through the woods about 60 yards in. And we got to get in here to several stands that are just, just up the rise from the road. They're about 60, 75 yards inside the property, and they allow the owner to see to his field. So we don't want to improve this a whole lot. If we came in here and hinge cut this because it's not that great a timber value, or if we had the big stuff taken out, we let it get really thick, the whole thing, that would turn into like a 6-acre bedding area. We don't want to do that because we don't want a bunch of deer living in there. That's not what we want for our access. But we've got to increase the screening. So what I'm going to have the logger do, because he's coming in to clear out, to thin out the big white spruce patch on the north end of this property. So what I'm going to have him do, and what I marked here, that's my normal mark for a clear cut. So a clear cut just means you're going to take everything. Now, all this ironwood in the understory, the owner made a pretty good move, pretty good investment, and they just bought a mulcher head for their skid steer. So what I'm going to have them do, because the logger's not going to want to do this. So to raise their logging price and get the most they can for this timber that's in here, I'm going to have the owner's company guys come through here with the mulcher and rip out, just buzz down to the ground, all of this ironwood, sapling, maple, just all the junk, so that the loggers can see very clearly their blue stripes on the trees, come through, take out all the big stuff, and then bring it to the processing area to process it for firewood, hopefully get a buyer for their firewood before they have to process it at their home facility. Loggers are always looking for firewood clients that they can drop off a 10-cord truck, process the wood right there, fill up a truck, drive it right to somebody's home site, and drop it off and get paid. So that is what they're hoping to do, and that is what we're gonna hope our landowner is able to get a decent price for some of this stuff, because it is fairly big. The other thing that I forgot to tell you is right out there by the road, we're doing the same thing. So what I'm going to leave out there by the road is a few of those seed dropping evergreens from the side. I showed you that in another video, so make sure you check that one out. I'm going to save a few of those seed droppers because balsam, balsam need to be at least 30 years old, I believe. My forester nerds told me. So, that's a fairly sizable tree. So we don't want to cut them all down just because we can get a couple of peanuts for the lumber. So we're going to leave a lot of those big ones up so they can drop seed and keep giving this owner volunteers. And then right along the edge out there, about 20 yards deep, we're just going to clear cut the edge, buzz down the ironwood, and then all of this stuff between blue, what we're going to do is we're going to use the sunlight to then come through and plant strips of spruce and balsam fir that we already know are doing well on this property. You can even see that some of those conifers are tumbling down this woods road. You can see winter's doing its thing, and they've already germinated. So all we've got to do is get some sun in here, and that's going to drastically improve our screening without adding so much habitat that we're putting deer 40 yards off of the boundary where the owner and his kids have to access to get to some of their best blinds just inside the property here. So we don't want habitat necessarily, we just want screening. So we're going to leave it pretty much garbage out there, ironwood understory, you know, maple overstory, maple basswood is kind of what it is. We're going to take out some of the oaks in there. We do not want oaks near our boundary. We keep all of the oaks on our travel corridor, which is actually on the other side of that hump. And this is one of those humps where you can see what that would be if I allowed that for bedding. Oh, what is that? That's got to be 100 yards or less from the boundary, but it's looking right at the boundary. So that is looking west. So if I put any amount of sunlight up there on that crown and allowed bedding up there for deer, because it is a great, I mean, if we did not hunt up there, there'd be deer laying on it. And there actually is during the summer months. But when the leaf drop happens, they go into cover because we're not adding any sunlight up there. We're not adding any browse so that there's no bedding up there. Because if there was bedding up there, you can obviously see they would just bed with their eyeballs looking downrange and the wind at their back. So they'd smell everything from the other side of that hump, camera right, and they'd be looking at the hunter access points all day long. Even if they were stealthy and came from the ditch over there and tried to come through that low swale over there. I mean, every part of this road they're watching, you just can't let them do that. So there's some times where you just don't allow good bedding elevation to become bedding. And the only way to do that is to take all of the cover off of it. Hey guys, if that was any help to you, please like and subscribe. That is what we do here on the channel for you guys, bring you on client properties. And hopefully you get to see something eventually that really helps you. As always, contact information is at the end of the video. If you would like help designing your place, or you'd like help managing your place, or you would like to get in on our semi-truckload of evergreen trees every year. Really good ones. I don't screw around with the bare root trees from the state and government agencies. I've had enough of doing that. I like to do work one time and then be done with it and then move on. And you need to get perfect growing conditions for bare root trees in order to get them to take. And then since they're only 1-year-old trees, typically you're behind the 8 ball because the grass can beat them out and kill them in the 2nd or 3rd year. So, and I've had good success so far with containerized trees from age 2 all the way up to age 5 on my place. So I'm going to keep doing it. And as always, guys, this is Jake Bull, the Habitat Pro. We are in northern Minnesota today. Get out and enjoy creation, guys. Good luck this season, and God bless.